what I would consider a serious shopper checking the products.
Where was this white bag?
It was in her left hand.
Rolled up?
No, sir.
Open freely?
Oh, I was just carrying a bag like anyone carries a bag, sir, by the handle.
Was it apparent to you that it was an empty bag?
It was flopping, but there may have been something light in it I didn't know.
Now, this is on the 5th floor that you're these observations.
Yes, sir, the 5th floor.
And you stop her on the street side of the store.
Yes, sir.
So, how do you keep contact between the 5th floor and the street level?
By following her at a distance where I could keep visual contact.
And how did
By walking after her.
How did you get first?
Down the escalator.
Down the escalator.
The same way that she left.
And what can you tell us about the number of that were in the store that day? You've been working for the store for 9 years, I take it?
I have, sir.
All right. In your experience, was it a busy day, a light day for the number of
It would be called busy, medium or a little.
All right. So how many other people are on the escalator?
6 or 7 at the most.
All right.
About
It's five.
3 or 4 between other floors.
All right. It's 5 floors down.
Yes, sir.
Do you have her in your sight all that time?
Yes, sir.
Aren't there landings in these various escalators?
That- Easy to see from one to the other.
Now, once you get her outside, you stop her and you indicate to her, we've heard you say, that you identified yourself as store security. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Did you show her any identification establishing you as such?
Our store doesn't issue cards as such, but I was wearing one. I don't have it today, but I was wearing a card.
And what do you mean by a card? What
It
is that?
says the department store security staff.
All right, so that's a crest on a jacket.
It's a plastic card.
Plastic card.
You pin it on your jacket. It's plastic.
All right. And you indicated that you were arresting her at that time for theft.
Yes, sir.
All right. And you wanted her to go back with you to the security office?
Yes, sir.
All right. Now, did she go along with you
She did.
willingly?
Yes, sir.
All right. Mr. Security, could I have a look at your notes just for a moment?
It starts right there, sir.
Thank you. All right, then it's fair to say that you have no notation in your notes as to any conversation that may have taken place between you and Mrs. Doe while you were outside the store. Just in the period while you're outside the store.
Well, where I stopped her and arrested her, it's right there, sir.
Am I stating what's in your notes correctly, Mr. Security, where it says, the accused was arrested outside the store on Main Street and escorted to the security office where she was charged with theft under?
That's right, sir.
Theft under $1,000, cautioned and given her constitutional rights. You'd agree with me that there's no reference there to any conversation that may have taken place outside the store between you and Mrs. Doe.
That's right, sir.
All right. So when you arrested her, she said nothing.
No,
Correct.
nothing at all.
And when you asked her to come back to the security office, again, she said nothing.
No reply.
She remained mute throughout that
She
entire
nodded.
episode.
She just nodded.
All right. Nodded yes.
That's the way I took it.
All right. Now, when you get her back into the security office, she sits down, you charge her, And you ask her if she understands the charge, and she replies with one word, yes.
She did.
All right. And then you caution her as to what she might say, and you ask her if she understands that, and again, she answers in one word, yes.
That's correct.
Then you advise her that she has the right to retain and instruct counsel. Did you do anything more than that, Mr. Security? Did you offer her the phone?
There was a phone sitting right beside her, sir, and she made an answer to that, which indicated to me she didn't want to use it at that time.
All right, but you didn't offer her the use of that phone.
The phone was sitting right there, and I informed her it was her right to instruct counsel without delay.
So you inform her that it's her right to retain and instruct counsel without delay. But how, other than by telephone or magic, is she to make that instruction? She'd have to use the phone, wouldn't she, Mr. Security?
Well, I would expect so.
All right. But you didn't indicate to her that she could use that phone and make that call if she wanted to, did you?
Not in those words.
All right, thank you. And further, you indicate to us that she said to you she didn't want her family to find out.
That's right.
Right, and those were the only words she used.
That's correct.
She didn't say find out that she'd stolen or find out simply that she'd been arrested.
No, she didn't.
All right. What was her demeanor when you were in the security office? Did she seem nervous?
Yes, she did.
How did that manifest itself to you? How did you tell that she was nervous?
She was shaking and seemed to be perspiring, and a visible shake.
All right.
And her voice seemed to quiver when she did make the reply.
And it's fair to say that you took no steps to calm her down, did you?
You mean call medical aid? No, I didn't.
Any steps?
No.
Those are my questions of this witness, Your Honor.
I have no questions of the witness by way of re-examination, Your Honor.
Thank you. You may step down.
Thank you, Your Honor.
That's the case for the Crown, Your Honor.
Thank you. Defense?
Has the witness proved to be a candid, honest, and believable witness?
You're wearing glasses, Mr. Security. Were you wearing glasses at that time?
I only need them to read up close, sir.
Answer yes or no, or answer what is asked.
You identified yourself as store security, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Did you show her any identification establishing you as such?
Our store doesn't issue cards as such, but I was wearing one. I don't have it today, but I was wearing a card.
Be careful and truthful in your answer. If you don't know, say so.
Mr. Security, could I have a look at your notes just for a moment? You'd agree with me that there's no reference there to any conversation that may have taken place outside the store between you and Mrs. Doe.
That's right, sir.
All right.
Be sure your notes are complete and detailed.
So when you arrested her, she said nothing.
No,
Correct?
nothing at all.
And when you asked her to come back to the security office, again, she said nothing.
No reply.
She remained mute throughout that
She
entire
nodded.
episode.
She just nodded.
All right. Nodded yes.
That's the way I took it.
Be specific. Answer yes or no. Do not give an opinion. Has his evidence withstood the scrutiny of cross-examination? Has the defense counsel raised any doubt as to the proof of the case? The judge will ultimately decide. Each witness called must be careful as to what is said when giving evidence. You must testify as to facts of your own knowledge only. You cannot generally repeat what someone else has told you. If you know the person has previously been involved in criminal activities, this cannot generally be part of your evidence. You must avoid giving any opinions or conclusions you may have reached. You may use your notebook during the trial. Were the notes made by you? When were the notes made? Did you confer with anyone when making or before making the notes? Are the notes complete? Do they contain everything you saw, heard, or did during the entire incident? The answer to these questions determine whether the court will permit you to use the notes. The defense tenders no evidence, but the defense and Crown Attorney make submissions to the court. The judge will render a verdict. This is the trial process. You will feel more comfortable if you are required to testify in court as a witness, if you are familiar with this procedure. Bond Tudor Tapes Canada. Suggestions for you as a witness. Appearance. Neat and clean. Well-groomed. Uniform, dress, or suit. Clean and pressed. Shoes shined. Presentation of evidence. Stand erect. Do not chew gum, suck candy, or cough drops. Pay attention. Answer only what is asked. Do not get involved in arguments with counsel. Stay calm and speak clearly. Do not show any emotion, positive or negative, to the verdict.